It appears I have a visitor. Do my eyes deceive me? Callista Nox Ramus! You haven't aged a day since you disappeared. Where have you been? This old wizard sure has been lonely without his master alchemist around. After all, you are the most kind-hearted witch I've ever known. Now come along. I will put on some of your favorite Renar seed tea. We have years of catching up to do. Now I have to ask, was your disappearance related to the artifact you were researching?
Oh, hey guys. I didn't see you come in, I'm sorry. What? The mirror? Oh, no. I was just, rehearsing some lines for a skit that I'm doing in front of it. That's all it is. But anyway, hello, I'm Natural Wizard, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we will be continuing the series of r/IDontWorkHereLady. And these ones always seem to crack me up, so prepare to get your funny bone tickled. This first one is titled, Lady Tries to Get Me Arrested for Impersonating a Home Depot Employee. So this happened around a year ago. So I worked at a trampoline park that was fairly popular in the area, and our uniform was a dark red t-shirt with our company logo displayed prominently on the front and staff written on the back. After work one day, my dad came to pick me up as he needed help lifting bags of soil into his car at Home Depot. Keep in mind, Home Depot employees wear bright orange shirts and a brown apron/work belt. So when I got off work, me and my dad drove over to Home Depot to pick up the dirt, and there was a bit of a lineup to load the bags of dirt into the car. So I figured it would help everyone out to help loading up the cars in front of us as well. I loaded 3 cars with no issues, and 3 warm thank yous from the people I helped, and even $5 from an older gentleman as a thank you. The 4th car, which was the last one before my dad's, started fairly normally. I loaded the truck bed along with the husband, who we'll call CH for cool husband, and finished in about 3 minutes. Then his wife, BW, B-wife, I'm sure you all can guess what the B stands for, came up to me with their receipt in her hand, asking if I needed to check it. Oh no, I actually don't work here. I was just helping people out, so me and my dad...
Wait, you don't work here?
She was taken aback and awkwardly held her receipt close to her chest protectively. I tried to explain again that I was just helping the line move quicker to help people out, but again she cut me off.
So, why did it say staff on your shirt?
Oh, I just work at the trampoline park around the corner. I just finished my shift.
So, why did that guy pay you for his soil?
Oh, that was just a thank you. I don't expect any...
Are you seriously trying to take advantage of that older gentleman?
Me taken aback. Not at all, he just gave... BW cut me off again and starts screaming at me. I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was along the lines of I was a cancerous child for scamming my elders out of their hard-earned money, and she should call the police right now. My dad's a retired cop, so I was all for that idea. This is when cool husband steps in and starts trying to calm her down. He manages to get her to stop yelling, but she continues to talk to me in that calm but stern voice, like a teacher disciplining a student. My dad, who had been inside paying for the soil, then came out and walked over to see what all the fuss was about. BW then puts on this "you're so screwed now" look, and proceeds to tell my father I had just robbed an old man. At this point, the cool husband decides it's time to go, but before leaving apologizes to me and hands me a $50 bill in full view of BW. At this point, she's sitting in the passenger seat looking dumbfounded at her husband, and he just got into his car with a little grin on his face and drove off. Even as they were halfway out of the parking lot, I could still hear her yelling at him through the open car window. Me and my dad still laugh about her to this day. Aw, geez. Don't you hate it when you're just trying to be a nice person and then end up getting accused of impersonating a Home Depot employee? Aw man, that just ruins my day every time. I mean, after all, that is a pretty serious accusation. Alrighty, let's move on to the next one called Lady Realizes I Don't Work There After a Half Hour of Being Rude to Me. I was just browsing around the dollar store, wearing a red hoodie and black jeans. The employees were all black and green aprons. I accidentally knocked over some items on a cluttered shelf, and so I put them all back neatly. A few minutes later, I noticed an older lady intensely glaring at me. She glared for a while before coming up to me.
I need help finding the plastic forks. They weren't in the kitchen section.
Oh, they should be at the end of the last aisle near all the party supplies. She huffs and walks off to the party aisle. A moment later, she comes back and asks where to find another item, so I tell her. She keeps coming back and asking me where to find each item she was looking for. It's starting to annoy me, but I'm not really good at saying no to people unless they go too far. She is starting to get more and more pissed off each time she comes back. I was texting my husband when she comes up to me again with a loud ahem and taps on my shoulder to get my attention.
I don't understand why you can't just come with me and actually show me where the things are, instead of messing around on your phone. You are wasting my time making me go look by myself.
I'm sorry, I was just trying to help.
Well, you are doing a real terrible job of it. Your generation is so rude and lazy, I can't even believe it.
Storms off. I was standing there kind of shocked at how rude she was after I told her where to find all the stuff she wanted for the past 20 minutes, but I just brushed it off assuming she wouldn't bother me anymore. I was wrong. After about 5 minutes, she came stomping up to me and shoved a basket full of stuff at me.
I don't want this stuff. Put it back for me.
No, you can put it back if you don't want it. She went red as a tomato and looked absolutely furious. She was so mad that she was shaking.
Excuse me? What do you mean no? How dare you talk to me like that? You stupid lazy little brat. This whole time you've been playing on your phone and giving me the worst customer service I've ever had. I am having you fired. I want the number for head office and I want to see your manager. I'm sick of dealing with entitled kids who are too lazy to do their jobs and think they are more important than paying customers. You don't deserve to have a job. I hope no one hires you ever again after I get you fired.
An employee had showed up after hearing this lady yelling at me and just kind of stands there in shock for a moment until she stops her tirade. Ma'am, I don't work here. This whole time I was just trying to be nice by helping you.
Yeah, right. Then why are you stocking the shelves earlier?
She trailed off as she looked at the employee in her green apron with store logo and name tag, and back to me wearing casual clothes, and she finally realized her mistake. I have never seen anyone look so embarrassed before. She turned white as a sheet, dropped her basket, and walked as fast as she could without running out of the store, got in her car and drove away. The employee apologized to me, but I told her not to worry about it. I bought my stuff and walked home. Damn, this lady sounds clueless.
Can you please tell me where every single item on my list is? I can't seem to find anything.
I bet she couldn't even find spaghetti sauce if she was on the pasta aisle. Alright, this next one is called, I agree with you, please stop yelling at me. Okay, so I just finished school and was still in my school uniform, which is a very formal shirt, tie, and a blazer. I needed some more school supplies like pens and paper, etc. So I'm at my local office works and this lady walks up and stands behind me. I can feel her eyes beaming into my soul, but I refuse to turn around and acknowledge this random person. Only about 10 seconds go by until I feel the long nail and finger tapping me on my shoulder. I turn around in confusion to this old hag about 50 years old. I'm 17, everyone over 25 is old to me. She folds her arms in a position to convey that she has been waiting for longer than she should have been. What is it?
I have searched this entire store, and you're the only person working. What is wrong with you guys?
Keep looking, I don't work here.
Bullcrap. Yes, you do.
I don't. Now please leave me alone. I'm trying to get some supplies.
Get me your manager right now.
Get him yourself.
How rude. Say goodbye to your job, idiot. I've never experienced worse customer service in my life.
I don't work here.
All I wanted to know is why it's cheaper to buy a new printer with ink already in it, over just buying the ink cartridges by themselves.
I take all the technology-based subjects that I can in school, so I could actually help her out in this situation, but she's being mean, so I don't help her. Yeah, I have no idea. I had the same problem, but I don't remember. My parents did, so I can't help you.
What kind of employee doesn't know about stuff sold in their own store?
I show her my tie that has my school emblem on it, and my blazer that has the school name on it, and repeat. I don't work here.
Oh, you weren't kidding. Well, you shouldn't be wearing that in public. It can confuse people.
What, my school uniform? I think she realized how stupid she was being at this point.
Sorry about that.
She awkwardly turns around and walks away. Well, you know what, lady? I think I know why this is the worst customer service experience you've ever had. Probably because you're not speaking to an employee. You're just being rude to a kid that doesn't want to deal with your crap. Oh, and yes, no good I don't work here lady story is complete without someone demanding to speak to a manager. Alright, now moving on to our last story, titled, Woman Tries to Get Me Fired for Not Breaking Company Policy. I work for a popular fast food restaurant that is known for its nuggets and cheeseburgers. We all know which it is. I had just finished work and was about to drive home when my dad calls, asking if I could pick up my brother on my way home. So, I drive over to my brother's workplace and pop in to see what time he finishes. He tells me it shouldn't be too long, so I say, give me a text when you're done. Around the corner is another branch of the restaurant I work for. I see the drive-thru is packed, but the main building is relatively quiet, So I park and walk in to order. I join the queue and there are 3 people in front of me, but by the time I have got to the counter, the line behind me has grown out the door. I order a coffee and a burger and stand by the collection point to wait for my number. The orders are coming slowly but at a steady pace. As I stand there looking into the kitchen to see if I can spot my order being made, I hear a woman say, "Excuse me." I turn to see a woman looking at me. Having just finished work, I still had customer service mode on and I ask, "How can I help you?" She rather abruptly demands, "Why aren't you working?" It takes me a second to comprehend what she means, when she suddenly says, "You work here, don't you? You're wearing the uniform." When I realized my jacket was open, revealing my uniform, I quickly zip it up and explain, "I do work for the company, but I don't work in this building." This woman's face turns to a weird mix of confused and angry before she raises her voice and says, "Do your job and get my order." I try to tell her, "Ma'am, I can't do that. I don't work in this building. I work at the other one. I'm just a customer here, so I can't go behind the counter." She fires back, "It doesn't matter if you work here or not. It's all the same procedure. Just get me my order." "Ma'am, I'm not allowed back there." This goes back and forth for a few minutes till my order is called. As I grab my food, she starts accusing me of being rude and ignoring her. Just as I collect my order, I get a text message, "My brother is done." I say to the woman, "Sorry, I can't help you. I have to go now," and walk towards the exit. The woman tries to stop me by grabbing the back of my jacket, but I don't notice until I feel a tug and I hear a scream. Her fake nail had got caught on my jacket and ripped off. At this point, the manager has come over to see what is going on. Before I could say anything, this woman shouts, "Your employee has been very rude and disrespectful and now just assaulted me. I want him fired." The manager looked at me very confused. I tried to explain everything, but the woman kept accusing me of lying. The manager said he would sort it out and I was alright to leave, so I met up with my brother and headed home. I thought it was over. Oh, how wrong I was. The next day I go to work as usual, but just after I clocked in for my shift, my manager calls me into the office. He tells me he got a call the previous day from head office about me assaulting a customer at another branch. This woman had remembered when I told her which store I worked at, and must have gotten a look at my name badge when my jacket was open. She accused me by name of assault and swearing at her and insulting her. I explained my side of the story and wrote out a statement for head office. The incident was under investigation and I was very nervous for the next few days, as I could lose my job or worse. 2 days later, the investigation concluded and I was not guilty of any of her accusations. Head office reviewed the CCTV footage and read statements from witnesses and worker statements of the incident. Holy crap, this lady must have really been jonesing for some Mickey D's. Either that or she just takes the meaning of the word hangry to a whole different level. And I thought I got grumpy when I was hungry. No, this lady will accuse you of assault if you don't get her food right now. Jeez, that reminds me of one of my ex-girlfriends. Well, that is about all I have time for today. It has been fun, it has been silly, it has been slightly angering. It's always fun hearing stories of people that don't know what's socially acceptable. But hey, I will be going to SoccerCon this year, and I was thinking about throwing together a vlog/slideshow of my experience there because I've never been before. So let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and spending some time with me, and as always, don't forget your tea before you go.